podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Hey, Daddy, this a dollar beat.
BoxingVoice.com. No matter what nobody say, man, spirit, can't nobody fuck with me, man. You know, I can't be fucked with, you know.
Dollar D Beyonce Productions.
Whether you pay to see me win or you pay to see me lose, you're gonna pay. Fuck it, your kids still gotta eat. I don't have to watch, you know, any footage of a fighter. I mean, because I'm Floyd Mayweather, everybody gotta watch me. I knew eventually I was gonna have to fight Oscar Nova. I feel like he was straight up and down, no special effects. BoxingVoice.com. How can Canelo have the biggest deal? Your deal is for $300 million, and I made $350 million just in one fight. And you're fighting on an app. BoxingVoice.com. I'm a king, okay? I eat a feast. Every time I eat a feast. And when I get up from the table, I don't give a fuck who get the leftovers. At the end of the day, follow my green print.
Dollar D Beyonce Productions.
BoxingVoice.com. Good morning, TBV. What up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. Hopefully you joined us last night on Untitled for a fantastic episode. I'm telling you, the numbers are in. That is our most popular podcast. You know, Untitled does fantastic numbers. That being said, if you haven't done so already, check it out right here on patreon.com/The Boxing Voice. It was fantastic conversation. We touched on all topics from all patrons that put in their, recommended question or topic. But this morning, we're talking about the all-time high disrespect when it comes to Deontay Wilder. He loses to arguably the best of this generation, and they have dropped him so far down in the eyes of the fans and the rankings that Frank Warren has come out and said that he would be willing to do Daniel Dubois versus Deontay Wilder if Daniel Dubois comes through his fight with Joe Joyce, which is a tough fight. But if he comes through that, then another fight is Deontay Wilder versus Daniel Dubois at the end of the year. I mean, the disrespect is out of control. Out of control. First of all, look, I'm not even going to give you details. This is what we're talking about. If you're as shocked as I am, well, then Frank did his job, and the number to call in to express your frustrations or get it off your chest is 1-425-569-56. Excuse me. 1-425-569-5241. Press 1, one-time voice shipping in right here on the Voice of the People hotline.
I'm the most brutal and most vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Lynch is a conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody like me. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from their claw. There's no one that can
Chance! Yo, man. The disrespect keeps coming, Ness. I don't know how much further down the slots you're going to put my man Deontay Wilder, but it's just absurd. First of all, we were talking about you rushing too quick into Joe Joyce. Now you're saying after you beat Joe Joyce, you're going to go straight for Wilder. Slow it down. Cool your shoes. I don't think he's quite ready yet. But if you're ready to kick it with us this morning, get your cup of coffee ready. If you're across the pond and you fancy tea, get your cup of tea ready. And let's get it going, Mario.
It's me, Mario.
What up? Yo, yeah, man, I actually saw this story, or this interview rather, over the weekend. I think it was Sunday. And, oh man, it was trolling at an all-time high. Look, I'm not going to say that people don't have the right to believe whatever they want to believe, You know what I'm saying? Like, if you truly think that Wilder isn't that guy or never was that guy, well, then that's your opinion. And guess what? I shared that opinion for a really long time. When Seth Mitchell and Wilder and Bryant were coming up, you know, they were like, well, who's the best out of the three American heavyweights? I thought it was Seth Mitchell. You know, I guessed wrong, and I had Deontay Wilder last. And it wasn't until, you know, years later, probably like 2016, 17 maybe, that I finally gave him his just due. And once I did, I gave it to him. He got that from me. And so I'm definitely not going to abandon ship now and say that he's garbage. I mean, there's just no way. This is getting a little crazy. You know, I thought it was just talk, and now it's starting to turn into something else. But yeah, man, we'll chop it up. Enrique, looks like no intro gonna happen yet because my man's gone.
Hold
but
on,
it's all good.
I'll do it. Da, 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 da. I saw the fight too.
It's close. You know, I just want to say I saw the fight too.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, he's had that one for a minute. Yo, Untitled was crazy, right?
Yo, Untitled, I'm trying to tell you guys, man. When we get to Untitled, it's just different, bro. We let loose. We cover pretty cool topics. It's fun. It's a lot of fun for me too. You know, I don't know about you guys, but Untitled is always fun, man. Always fun.
It's for sure fun. I liked it. Yeah, we went through a lot of topics though. Like, it's hard to pinpoint like which were the best, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, me and my survey and shit.
You done with your survey?
Yeah,
they were good though. They were good questions. I like they spark. You know what I mean? Because then you think about things like you haven't thought about in a long time. They asked about. Oh, go ahead.
No, that's how I put it out. You know, when I was doing it all for a reason. It was just to get to that last point that I made, and it was just like, because I remember I was there, and I'm just like, damn. Normally, I would have been like, yo, I'd rather just smoke. Like, smoking is better. Like, I was going to start saying that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm like, yo, you're drinking. You're killing your liver. You might say I'm smoking. I'm killing my lungs. So what's the difference?
Yeah, for sure.
But I did it, man. So it really bothered me. And I was like, let me see how everybody else feels about this and what the fuck and how impactful it's been. Because, like, out here in America, like, I don't know, like, I got old school parents. And even though they probably, you know, had bud in their lives, you know what I'm saying, during their times it was around too. So, but they shun it so hard, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're the old school, like, what the hell, you know what I'm saying? That's, you know, only for people that are, you know, out in the street, you know, that kind of mentality.
That dare program bullshit, right?
Yeah. So, but I ended up telling my mom that, you know, I think I told my mom that that I do. And then I'm like, yo, if I could tell my parents.
You should tell anybody.
I should tell anybody, dog. I shouldn't, bro. But I was in an awkward situation at the same time, like Ness was saying. Like, sometimes, you know, it's, you know, you got people around, family, and you don't want to look like, you know, the bad guy and shit.
But it's like people judge you, like, no matter what. Like, you know, people judge you if you smoke weed. People judge you if you smoke cigarettes. Like, when people find out I dip, they're like, oh, you dip? Like, as if I just, like if I just told them I came from having an abortion. Like, chill, champ. Like, it's dip. Like, it's nothing. It's not big. It's not a big deal. But yeah, man, it's like drinking's the only socially acceptable, I don't even know what to call it. Stimulant, non-stimulant, whatever.
Did you get? I'm going back to on topic basically. But did you catch this program? Because I know they got one scheduled in 4 hours. The lowdown. They're gonna have Frank Warren.
The lowdown or the lockdown, champ? Get out the closet.
The what?
You said the lowdown.
The lockdown low. Too many L's on this, man.
I see.
The lockdown lowdown.
All right. Enrique been waiting for his intro patiently.
Oh, is he
Let's
here?
give it that.
He's there.
Is he really here?
What's up, man?
Yeah.
I just want to say I saw fight too.
Stay focused, stay working my jab, use my fundamentals. As we say, like boxing boys.
Listen, if he comes to fight, then I'm gonna have to look for him, man.
I saw the fight too.
I think you accurate.
Yes. Good morning, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. It's my honor, it's my pleasure to be the legendary baby casual fan on the Boxing Voice podcast in the morning. So anyway, I'm a little lost. I get the topic in the morning show right before the show most of the time, and all-time high disrespect from Frank Warren. Is that the question? Or is it like trying to make us go left to see Wilder fight someone else while Fury takes a fight against AJ? What's the mix-up here? Where's the disrespect?
I mean, the disrespect is saying that a prospect is ready for a former world champion of Deontay Wilder's caliber and level.
Okay, I see that. And that's what I thought it would be. Like
my man's biggest fight is Fujimoto. So it's this is a bit bold. But, normally I would be like, yo, this is promoter talk. But Dubois went a step further and posted this on his social media with no caption because he felt no caption necessary. So I'm taking it as all-time high disrespect. If I'm Wilder, Tyson Fury beat you. Now the whole world thinks you's a bum. Did a dude that ain't never beat a world champion in his life, not a former, not a current, nothing, all of a sudden is ready for you with what? What he got, 13, 14 fights?
Yeah. Good amateur background, though. Can't take
Did he
that
get a
away
medal? Did he get a medal?
Nah,
because Dominic Brazil at least went to the motherfucking Olympics. What has Dubois done?
They took him out early in order to groom him for the pros, man.
Disrespect. The disrespect.
Crawford was fighting, and it might have been Javier Fortuna, maybe not Javier Fortuna, somebody else, another Dominican dude, and Ness mentioned
Felix Diaz.
Felix Diaz, that's right, and he mentioned his background, amateur. And Crawford said, we in the pros, bro. Why do we talk about amateur?
Yeah, man. It helps you. It's pedigree. You gonna have more competition experience. You gonna have more. You probably have the possibility that you've seen different styles because you've been into the amateurs. So you do get some sort of edge. But at some point, dog, we in the pros. At some point, we in the pros, and the pros is the pros.
And I'm talking about Wilder, you don't bring up amateur. That was my point.
Yeah, I mean, he was a good amateur. What's going to happen when his head get knocked off? He getting hit by dudes we can't even fucking remember who he fought. And man, look, this is disrespectful. But I want them to make it. See, I want the world to sleep on Wilder so he could just come back up. That's all. Because if this is what they, damn, this is how far he's fallen, that they throwing prospects at him. Prospects. Did anybody throw a prospect at AJ after his loss? Prospect.
That's crazy. Yo, is this really a viable fight, or is this just talking amongst the times that because he represents Tyson Fury as well, right?
That's what I'm saying. Is it viable? He's obviously Tyson Fury's promoter, so he can make it happen.
And that's the disrespectful part. Two sides to it. It's like, all right, disrespect to the fans because it's like, yo, we really want. I mean, I do at least rather Fury versus Wilder part 3, right? But they obviously prefer to fight AJ. Obviously, right? They want to give step-aside money to the two contracted fighters. The disrespect is to the audience with that being said, right? But then the realistic side, if boxing don't exist, we did speak Maurice Lee, Earl Spence, and now we speaking Dubois, Wilder. Maybe I still believe those are the type of fights. If things don't go too normal, it's going to be the type of fights.
Look, I'm not hating on the fight. I know my man Wilder's going to take care of business. So if you give him my man some good step aside money and he doesn't take the fight with Fury, and give me some more money too, and I'll knock out your prospect. I mean, that's the way I feel if I'm in Wilder's camp, because I'm confident that Wilder will win. At this point in time in Daniel Dubois' career, like I said, Joe Joyce is going to be the biggest test, bro. And Joe Joyce is not. We're going to know what kind of guy Daniel Dubois is. And even then, he got dynamite power. My man got a bronze bomb in his right arm, bro.
Listen, everybody knows.
Go ahead.
There's no way Frank makes this fight, but that's why it's disrespectful, because he's using Wilder's name to build Dubois with no true intention, but yet sending that subliminal message yeah, you falling so far down that we could throw prospects in with you. Like, this is disrespectful. You know what I mean? He's definitely building Dubois with it, but it's disrespectful, man.
Well,
Yeah,
it's like one of those things where you look at it and the disrespect is coming from how Wilder lost. You know what I mean? Like, people are trying to take away everything that he did based off of one night. Now, as far as Daniel Dubois, though, like, I agree with Doomy. That's how I initially took it too. Like, bro, your trolling is going to get you. Like, it's gonna backfire, because if y'all ended up making that matchup, like, your prospect's going to sleep. Wilder has not reached gatekeeper status based off of one night. Okay, just like it took him a lifetime to get to the top of the mountain, it's not going to take him one night to reach the bottom. It's just not. Okay, and you know, I hate to talk about like the Mayweather effect with Fury, but it kind of is that. You know, you lose to Fury at this point. He's shown so much dominance that I just don't think we hold it against you. He lost to the #1 heavyweight in the world. Who's to say that Wilder, as it stands, isn't the second best heavyweight in the world and knocks out everybody? Like,
but
we don't know
that's the
that.
problem, because they're writing it as if, oh, he lost to Fury, he's a bum. Not, oh, he lost to Fury, the second best.
Right.
I mean, rather
So-
the #1.
Right. Reality check, though, Ness. You say you watch the news every morning. You know how they're saying they're open up and numbers gone up on the COVID-19 cases. So reality check is the temperature out there doesn't feel like we're going to have an audience. So it doesn't feel like they could afford a Fury Wilder Part 3, to be honest with you. So, I mean, what are your thoughts on that being the case of these names being
like
thrown
having
out?
Wilder and Dubois instead.
Yeah, like those names being thrown out with Wilder's, like, prospects. Some prospects are going to come up, you know, on this time, on this wave.
So you're saying Frank Warren would throw his prospect in there because he's trying to hold off on a bigger payday with Tyson Fury?
Hell no, man. Hell no.
I ain't talking about nothing about payday. I'm talking about just to keep the business active, putting Dubois in there. Okay, he suffers a loss, but guess what? He lost against Wilder, the guy who lost against #1, you know?
But
and then their match make them that way.
But you said that they can't afford the fight right now, Tyson
They can't
Fury.
afford a Tyson Fury Wilder 3. Tyson Fury Wilder
Listen,
2.
I get you.
Gate,
I get
Gate
you.
was like $14 million, or if that.
I get you. I'm a get in the car with you. They can't afford 3, but that don't mean I'm gonna fight your fucking prospect that nobody knows.
Right. Okay, but to give you a confident boost.
I don't need your confident boost. Al Heyman got plenty of fighters over there. I don't need a 13-0 prospect that no one ever heard of in America. Get out of here, man. Trying to build his name.
He's trying to make a name. Yep.
I ain't trying to do business with you during these times.
He clout chasing, and if he's serious, we'll put his head on the platter. We're gonna chop it off. You know what I mean?
Well, he's serious. He gonna put it on the platter and offer it to you.
He ain't serious, bro.
He seems very confident. I mean, we've seen Frank Warren at the little press conferences, you know, with Sam and back and forth, and you know him believing that Dubois believes that he's gonna KO Joe Joyce. He feels like he's gonna put him to sleep. Like, the confidence is really high right now in Daniel Dubois. Look, I can't just say Daniel Dubois is
How tall is Dubois?
6'5".
Oh wow, really? I thought he was like 6'2".
Nah. Dubois is tall, man. Dubois is tall, and he hit hard, and he got a nice reach. I mean, not longer than Wilder's though. But you can't just look. This is fight game, and the best part about it is the heavyweight fight game, man. Anybody could get punched the wrong way, man, and down you go. So it's like we already know that Wilder can go down. My whole thing is that. My argument is that Wilder's worked so hard and knocked out so many guys and done all this for you to just like kind of, you know, think that he's just going to automatically take a prospect fight. You know what I'm saying? So
not even take it, but lose. Like, that's the thing. Like, oh, he's going to take it. No, they actually think he would lose to a dude that's 14-0 and never been on that stage or that level. That's crazy, man.
You know why?
Part two. That
they believe in his power.
Yeah, that's the part too. That if they thrown in their prospect, they really believing in Dubois and they want to take advantage. They think that they're gonna take advantage of a wounded Deontay Wilder.
Frank talking about that they got the blueprint from Fury. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, he said that. He said
So-
now that well, I think, and here's the thing. I'm not gonna quote him exactly because I don't have. I was trying to look for that same article I read, but I'm not finding it. But he said something like, after Fury showed us the blueprint to defeating Wilder, like we have it. Like there's no such thing. Oh my God, that's so stupid. Like people talked about that with Mayweather forever too. Look, do fighters have weaknesses? Can you exploit those weaknesses? Absolutely. You know, can you strategize for a fight against somebody, you know, knowing that you're going in there with the best strategy against that specific opponent? Sure. But there's no such thing as a blueprint to beating somebody at that level. Like those people like Wilder, fighters like Wilder, I should say. Fighters like Wilder, fighters like Canelo, fighters like Lomachenko. Like these guys show up every night and you have to adjust to them. Like you're going to have to adjust at some point in the fight. You know what I'm saying? So like to say that, well, we're just going to copy the blueprint that Tyson Fury laid out. Oh, were you all of a sudden going to be as big as Fury? Are you all of a sudden going to be able to move like Fury? Like, no, that's ridiculous. Like, stop it. There's no such thing as a blueprint
Reality
to
check.
a fighter. It's
Reality
stupid.
check. Reality check. That's what they are going against. They're going against the Wilder that lost against Fury. So they are claiming that blueprint works. But on the flip side, Wilder knows what got exploited, and hopefully those are the changes everyone is discussing in his gym. Like, here's where we went wrong, you know? So,
I mean, I don't.
It's a reality check. You can't go against something that another guy's adjusting.
I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know exactly what they're talking about though. Cash. What are they talking about? You know, like,
that right hand, that pressure. You know, taking it away.
It might be that earshot, right? Who knows? But they gotta believe in the power that he got, because he has a 90% plus KO ratio. I mean, we were real big on our champ when he was coming up and knocking everybody out. So just think, you know, him as a UK version of Wilder, but, you know, younger, just coming out and trying to show out. Only thing I differentiate, even though the Bronze Bomber, you know, got a medal, right? That's what they call him, the Bronze Bomber. Yeah. Excuse me. I don't know how many fights Daniel had or how many competitions he led up and where he pulled out of the amateurs, but he had a pretty good amateur career too. So the experience is there, and they took him out early. I forget which interview I saw where they, you know, he said that they pulled him out early to mold him into the pros and get him ready for pros early in his career. He didn't want to waste his time on that. They had special plans for Daniel.
Man, the fact that you guys are trying to make sense of this is funny as hell. You know, like, this fight will never happen, and Frank is lying.
I wonder what he's going to be talking about then.
What you mean?
Well, you know, he's going to be talking on this same show again in a few hours from now about Daniel Dubois. Let me tell you, it says Deontay Wilder versus Daniel Dubois. What is?
Yo, Dubois posted it on his social media, and if I show you, his own followers don't believe it. You know, like they like, you know, it's too soon. And the
why would we? Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say I was gonna end in the fact of the matter is, it's way too soon.
Well, why would we believe it at the end of the day? Because he's got Joe Joyce problems. Like, let's be real about this for a second. If we're talking perhaps the winner of Joe Joyce, Daniel Dubois, then I think it's a little, it still might be disrespectful in a sense, but it's a little more enticing. Not maybe for Wilder, because it doesn't do as much for him as it does for the winner of that fight. But I don't think he's getting past Joe Joyce. Like, that's the thing for me is, like, I don't know. That's a tough fight. That's a really big fight. And by the way, that's not off the books. That fight is still scheduled. Okay. So if you're going into one of the biggest fight of your life, and you're talking about Wilder, man, this is a clown show. It's a clown show.
We'll see, man.
It's hard to believe, bro. It's hard to believe.
my question is really, why would Frank Warren be saying this if he's not considering
Come
it? Why?
on, dog,
What's the maneuver here? You know?
What don't you understand in clout chasing, and Dubois has a fight that they need to build up? Come on, bro. Like, Wilder and Fury's names are hot right now. It's clout chasing, bro. You gotta fight. And it's the biggest test of your career. But meanwhile, you're talking about a dude that has a fight and is contractually obligated. So, like,
Daniel Dubois and Joe Joyce got its own, it got its own clout already. I mean, that's a good enough fight that it's buzzing already. Why would Frank Warren be needing to say that Dubois is gonna fight Wilder just so the Joe Joyce fight can get fired?
One guess for you, Doomsday Lioness. COVID paused everything. The fight got postponed and rescheduled. Come on, you got to keep it in people's head. You got to keep the name buzzing. Come on, this is like marketing at its finest.
Ness is 100% right. Marketing at its finest, because what they teach you with marketing is the devil's in the details, right? You got to follow the fine print. And if you go into this to the conversation that Frank had and you look at his words, well, he says things like Daniel Dubois is the best. Daniel Dubois, I always said my man was going to be better than everybody. The Gypsy King showed how vulnerable Wilder is. We have the blueprint on him. Now that Fury did it, Daniel Dubois could do. Like, he's talking all this mess. But then if you get the one quote that he has, that's kind of just thrown in there. He said, Wilder's good, but don't get me wrong. My man's going to be miles better in time. Like, that goes back to this whole point, is Daniel Dubois is not ready. The disrespect to me isn't the fact that he could match Daniel Dubois with Wilder at some point. Not at all. Maybe Daniel Dubois gets to that level, and he probably will to some degree. I don't know, as bigger than Joe Joyce or anything, but this is not the time. He needs so much more time in my eyes. He needs so many more fights. The experience alone would drown Daniel Dubois. The lights against Wilder, I think, alone would drown him out. It's just Wilder has too much experience.
You know what? You guys just made me a believer. I see how Frank Warren could be using Wilder's name. You talk about, if he gets past Joyce, he's going to be facing Wilder potentially. You want to tune in to Daniel Dubois versus Joe Joyce to see if he wins and is going to face Wilder. I see you guys made me a believer.
Not only that, but you start getting that buzz going. Like, look, who's denying that in the future Dubois will face or look to face a Wilder? But does he want to face him at 14-0? Come on, man.
Exactly. That's what I just said. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's not. That's where the disrespect stems from. If Frank were to have come out and said, one day I'd hope to match Daniel Dubois, or I know Daniel Dubois will beat Wilder someday, well, then, it's a different story. But the quotes were very, very specific. He wants to match him by the end of the year. Unless he's got a DeLorean and he's going into the future and he's bringing back the most experienced, most ready, most capable version of Daniel Dubois, and he's gunning it to 80 and bringing him back, there's no way he's ready in time. Like, that's... Bro. I don't care what has happened to Wilder. I don't care where he's at in his career right this second. He is beating Daniel Dubois at this moment right now. There's no way.
It's bigger than Wilder just being able to beat Dubois in December. It's like, what the freak is Frank talking about? Really, what is Frank freaking talking about when Wilder has a contracted trilogy that's obviously scheduled for the end? So what is he saying? That Wilder's going to lose to Fury October, September, November, and then get right back in the ring in December with Dubois? Like, it makes absolute no sense. It's clout chasing at its finest. The fact that we have to, break it down is hilarious to me. It's funny that people really believe a 14-0 dude would obviously would get in there. Crazy as hell.
Well, I think the reason why we have to break it down is because it's so crazy. Like, could it only be clout chasing? Like, what would be the reason other than clout to say something like this. And then on top of that, you can think of so many other ways to gain clout that to go this route with an absurdity just doesn't seem like it just doesn't seem sane to me. I don't know. That's why to me, it's like, I think where Doomy was coming from was like, there has to be some sort of ulterior motive. And I think that's what Enrique was searching for too. Like, wait a minute, is this a fight we could probably get because Fury Wilder is so expensive? Like, it's like we're searching for some sort of sanity in this that doesn't have to do with a throwaway clout, because that's just too easy.
Think about that Doomy statement. Why in the world would Al Heyman tune up with Dubois, who's obviously not a tune-up, and help build, like, even if Wilder knocks him out, it's going to build Dubois' name. He's going to be in the biggest fight of his life. It could be a pay-per-view. Like, come on, bro. No way, man. We got our own dudes on this side that he could go back and do an Areola rematch if that's a tune-up. You know, Eric Molina rematch, you want to tune up. Like, come on, guys. Like, let's
see, but even that is, I don't know, man, because you're saying like Daniel Dubois gains from even a knockout loss. But if
it depends how you lose.
Promoter, sure. But if I'm a promoter and I'm going to give my fighter his first taste of American experience, or rather give the American audience a first taste of my fighter, I don't want it to be a knockout loss, which is very likely what would happen in a Daniel Dubois fight. So to me, that would derail his career to go from Joe Joyce, whether he wins or loses, and then get knocked out, get flattened. Well, everybody's going to say that he stepped up too soon, and nobody's going to believe in him again in America.
The truth is that this is all dependent upon the Joe Joyce performance. If he comes out of it looking like a monster, maybe people believe in it. I just don't even think Wilder takes the fight. He was offered $5 million for Chisora, $8 million for White. You know, so what they gonna offer him for Dubois, and is he gonna take it?
I mean, the only thing I can make sense of it is like, if you're not facing a Fury and you're taking step aside money, that's the only way I'd see. Like, okay, step aside money plus you get a hell of a payday against one of our best prospects, you know, coming up. So they feel so confident that they're willing to put their, you know, investment on the table at risk because they feel like he can beat him, because they feel like, yo, Wilder's been exposed.
Bad business for Heyman, dog. Like, think about what you got to offer Heyman for him to let Dubois get a shot at Wilder. Remember, if I'm Heyman, this is cards, dog. You got to use your cards wisely. Like, Wilder's still a spade, and so is Ruiz. Like, okay. Oh, there's no money in Fury. We can't do it. All right, well, we still could do Wilder Ruiz in America. Like, you guys got to think as businessmen. Unfortunately, these fighters are pieces on the board.
So how about a Dubois versus Andy Ruiz? Do you feel like that's a disrespect?
No. Crazy as hell, man. Ruiz, bro, why you disrespecting Ruiz, bro? Dubois got like 100,000 followers or some weird shit like that. Like, Ruiz is next level, dog. Look, people offering Ruiz $5 million off a loss, man. Like,
so Daniel Dubois got no shot at any of the top guys right now. He shouldn't be getting any shot.
No, his only shot is at AJ. If he could get through Joyce, he'll probably become the mandatory because he's already ranked high in the WBO. That's his
15,
only
right?
shot. It's his only shot, bro. He don't got no other route to the titles. Even if he's ranked high in the WBC, which I think last time I checked he was like 10 or 9, dog, you still got to become the mandatory. You still got to have some sort of eliminator. Look, he's number 7 in the WBC. He's number 3 in the WBO. And that's it. You know, I'm sure he was supposed to be in the WBA because he beat Fujimoto, but I guess he stopped paying that fee. Where is that? Okay.
Fujimoto.
Yeah, he's out. He ain't pay that fee. So he good with the WBC and he's good with the WBO. So he wants a route. But you crazy? He got at least 2 years.
Yo, listen, if you ask me, do I think that Daniel Dubois stands a chance against Ruiz? Or rather, who Daniel Dubois stands the best chance against in the top of the division? Yeah, sure, Andy Ruiz is probably going to be my answer, but that's based more off of what kind of Andy Ruiz we can expect from time to time, as opposed to where I think Daniel Dubois is. But if you think that I think it's realistic to get a Daniel Dubois, Andy Ruiz, they're never going to make that fight. I mean, unless they're the last two men standing in this apocalypse, that fight is not happening. I'm telling you, because Andy Ruiz is a golden ticket right now. And the worst thing that can happen for Andy Ruiz is to put him in with somebody that you're not able to gain any benefit from. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be a cash-in fight sort of thing, but he stands to gain zero from a Daniel Dubois. I mean, maybe a little bit in terms of UK following, but I think they know his name by now. He already fought AJ. Like, what does he need to fight Daniel Dubois for?
Exactly. Listen, for Wilder and Ruiz, that's a backward step. For Wilder and Ruiz, only thing out there is AJ and Fury. That's it. Maybe Ruiz could take that Dillian White fight, but
that's all I was gonna say.
Based off where he's at, you never even know if Fury gives him a shot just to spite AJ. Just to spite AJ. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. I don't know. I just think the Dubois shit is obviously bogus, man. It's bogus. Do not believe it. Would love to see it. Don't think Wilder takes it. You know, I see his team just, you know, shrugging his shoulders at that offer. It's like, listen, Wilder's already been on the highest level with Fury, so he's gained all the UK following he's going to gain. Dubois can't do nothing for his following. The same goes for Ruiz. You know, he fought AJ twice. Dubois can't do anything for those followings. They already at the top of the top.
But this Joe Joyce win, if he gets to the win, can probably put him in a situation where, you know, it's like, he beat Joe Joyce. How much credit do we give him for beating the Joe Joyce?
He might not even beat Joe Joyce. He ain't been on the level of Joe Joyce. Joe Joyce at least beat former world champions. Joe Joyce been in the, you know, World Series of boxing. Like,
I'm afraid for Joe Joyce. I personally was choosing Joe Joyce, but I fear that Joe Joyce is going to get into a rough exchange with Dubois. And he's going to get clipped, man, because that's the type of guy he is. You know, he likes to kind of like throw punches and he'll throw punches with you. But I just feel Dubois got more dynamite, more devastating power. So, you know, I just hope he's careful, man.
Is he going to be able to set it up on this level? Like, he been setting it up with fucking Ebenezer Scrooge and Fujimoto, the cameraman, and get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, he hasn't been in there with nothing, not even the old journey. Oh, yeah, Kevin Johnson, right? He beat Kevin Johnson.
Nathan Gorman was good, too. You got to give him some credit. Nathan Gorman is a solid guy, you know. I mean, look at the guys that Wilder was coming up.
Solid domestic. You know, domestic. He never been on an international level. Gorman ain't done nothing yet but get built up to be fair to Dubois. Everybody knew. Kajanu was a decent loser. You know what I'm saying? He never won anything. No, I'm just keeping it real. He never won anything. His breakout scene was, Bucksino tournament. He got knocked out there. You know what I mean? He's been getting knocked out his whole career.
Yo, why can't this be like you know, the UK Loma? I mean, Loma got, you know, his title shot in 13 fights.
No, he wasn't. Loma got his title shot in 2 fights. You wilding right there, and that's the difference why he can't be Loma, because this is 14 fights. Loma was 2 fights.
So, well, no, he had 2 fights as a pro, and then he got a title fight?
He had 1 fight as a pro and got the title fight the second fight and got his ass beat, and Nestor Gibbs picked him to get beat.
Oh, what, Salido?
That's right. You can't come off the street thinking you're going to go to war with a dog, man. You bugging.
So okay, look,
if you ain't never been to the ghetto, how you going to start? But that's my point. That's why I said this is clout chasing. You ain't going to put that little puppy in there with a dog? He ain't ready. He ain't ready. Man, he ain't ready, bruh. He ain't ready. I'm strong on that. He not ready, man. Listen, Dominic Brazil made it to the Olympics and failed to both. And obviously people would say, look, Dubois has more potential than Brazil. He looks better, they're going to say. But look at the level of competition Brazil was in. You think at 14 fights, Brazil was fighting fucking Ghanaian dudes that no one ever heard of? Or dude, bro, Fujimoto. We never seen that in the heavyweight division in our life, dude. Like, come on.
I don't know if that he was trying to get him like exposure in you know in Japan or China. I don't know what that was about.
He was building him up in his hometown for this, bro. Think about it. You put him in there with bowling pins, he knocks him over, and now the first time you put him in a real fight, it's pay-per-view. Fucking genius. You a genius, Frank. What are you losing? He took a loss to Joe Joyce. Everybody brushes it off. Joe Joyce is 32. Dubois still young. He got exposure, but it was pay-per-view. He got paid. Come on, dog. Like y'all gotta wake up to the business of boxing.
Smell the cafezinho.
Yo, the only reason why I know Dubois right now is because of Frank Warren and Wilder's name together.
Exactly. Thank you.
I've never seen Dubois fight. I might have heard his name on this hardcore show called The Boxing Voice, but other than that, I never had no interest, no matchmaking sparked to even be inspired to get up and go to channel whatever to watch it.
Yo, Brandon, I don't know why you questioning Dominic Brazil going to the Olympics. You forgot he was in the same class as fucking Earl. Heyman signed everybody except JoJo Diaz. So I don't know why you got the question mark there. But yeah, let's just open it up to the phone lines, man. Obviously, you know, this is up for debate, I guess. Is up for debate and open to opinion. I think that it's
up to Dubois.
I think it's ludicrous. I think it's ridiculous that you would consider a dude that lost on the highest level. You know what I mean?
Is Dubois like a French last name? Sounds like it.
Yeah,
right?
It sounds
Dubois.
like it. Yeah.
Dubois. Dubois.
Yo, I think he do good out here in the States too, man. Dubois
do good out here. Bro,
Yeah,
have you watched an interview with this dude? He's like Terrence Crawford without any of the fucking, like, when Crawford gets upset, at least it comes out. Dubois is like, yeah, I'm gonna fight Joe Joyce. Yeah.
He was telling Joe Joyce he was gonna knock him out right in front of him. Like, you going to sleep? Nah, come on, man. Yo, he's young. You saw what happened to my man White Chocolate when he first went up in the stage up there in the zone. You know what I'm saying? These young fighters, not all of them are primed up for the camera, my man. Not everybody is Nesta Gibbs.
And that's what I'm telling you, Enrique. If you ain't even ready for the microphone, how you gonna be ready for Deontay Wilder? Man, get slapped silly.
That's hot lights at its finest right there. That's the big stage. You gonna get stage
silly,
fright,
man. Get slapped silly. I want them to throw some big dollars so Wilder can't turn it down, so he could just eat this dude's food quickly. Quickly. But let's open up these phone lines, man, and see who is, thinking that Wilder will lose to Dubois.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
All right. We're going to go, let's see what we got here. Looking like, in Essex.
Just like the king is what I mean. My down back. The king is what I mean.
Family was good, TBV.
Good morning.
Man, let me get right to it, man. So suppose, like, because we've been on this, like, this draft fantasy thing, right? So suppose, and Ness, don't shoot, man, put your gun away, because Ness like to shoot shit out the sky. Suppose part of that step aside, right? Because you said Wilder he's got as much as he's gonna get. But I think it's like a point of where people still would tune into Floyd because of their distaste for him. Even if the UK felt like, our guy fucked him up, and then our guy AJ, I think that they would be foolish enough. And I love the UK, but I think that they will be foolish enough to say, yeah, you know what? Let's let our little guy step to Wilder, like on some disrespect. Now, suppose they say, Wilder, we're going to give you 7, 8 to step aside for Fury and Joshua, and then put...
Hey, champ, hate to cut you, but that is your full minute, man. And,
that's what we were saying.
Got to push that counter punch, you know what I'm saying? So we keeping them time limits On time. But I hear what you're saying, man. I just... Doomy said that, right? Like, step aside money plus a fight. But now you talking about Wilder being on somebody's undercard or some shit. I don't even know. I guess they could still do their own main event. And what I meant, just to be clear, is like, when I say he got all he gonna get from the UK, I meant in terms of fans. I don't think beating Dubois is gonna earn him any new fans. It's the same fans that know him from the 2 Fury fights that's gonna tune in my opinion. But anything you guys want to add?
I beat your future champ. That's all I gotta say.
Let's go.
I think it would be a main event though, still. But
I mean, the thing is this, though. The thing is this. People scoffed at Wilder versus Ortiz on pay-per-view. Wilder is still the A-side off the loss. There's no way Wilder's coming to the UK to do that fight. The money's in the US. And there's no way you could do Dubois on pay-per-view with Wilder because he's not known. Even with a Joe Joyce win, he's not known enough in America, I don't think. Maybe Showtime, desperate since Wilder left, can pay him. But, is it going to make business sense? I don't think so. It only makes sense in the UK. And is Wilder coming to the UK for Dubois? I just don't see it, man. I don't see it. I don't. But... let me see. I think this is King Born. What up?
What's going on, guys? Listen, man. Like my man G. Depp said, and I was already over fish and spaghetti. You heard? Listen. But Joe Dubois, he ain't ready. This shit is bullshit. This shit will never happen. This shit will never happen like fucking Jay-Z going broke. Like Jay-Z being homeless. Fuck out of here. Don't play my champ like that, man. I said it. They bugging. Fuck you mean? Joe Dubois? Put him in FA. Let him fight FA. Fuck out of here, man. Deontay Wilder sleep that nigga in 3 rounds. This shit. With a fucking bad leg in a 100-pound costume. You serious? Stop disrespecting my champ. I said it. Peace.
I agree, man. I told y'all it's disrespectful, bro. It's like, bro, listen, Lomachenko thinks it's disrespectful that Haney was his fucking mandatory. Okay? He's like, Devin Haney. What has he done? You know what I'm saying? So, like, he didn't even take that belt. He took franchise. Now, you telling Wilder Dubois is your next fight, and my man ain't even the mandatory. He ain't even number 1 on nobody's ranking. This is disrespect on an all-time high. All-time high.
I'm sorry, but it has to be said that was the most dog shit Loma impression I've ever heard.
That shit was hilarious to me.
It was funny. It was definitely funny.
What has he done? It sounds mafioso.
No, that was better. That was better though.
Yo, is that he was like that? He's like Devin Haney. Who's Devin Haney? I'm like, come on, man, Devin Haney. I'm in Mexico I'm like, bro, Devin Haney. Like, you know Devin Haney? He's like, what's Devin Haney?
You got my man sounding Italian and shit like he eating.
No, because it's English. It's English. But
I thought he was gonna offer me some lasagna.
I get you. I guess it sounds Italian. I'm sorry. I tried. All right, let me go to damn, man. Yo, King, man. It's bittersweet going to King.
El gran campeón puertorriqueño,
You got any excuses tonight, Roy? Let's not ask questions like that. Let's touch gloves and go to work. Let's go to work.
Yo, what up, y'all? Can you hear me?
What up? What's that weather like,
What's
Chan?
going on, man? Oh, it's beautiful right now. I'm just getting ready to go outside and wash my truck up and whatnot. It's probably, let me take a look, 75 right now, which is nice, man. It's supposed to get up to 91 though, man. It's been getting hot as hell down here lately, bro. But it's always good weather, nice little breeze, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, not too much on this topic, man. I do think it's a little disrespectful to try to use Wilder's name like that, because I don't think they'll make that fight, man. It would be a good fight down the line, maybe. You know, Wilder's a little older and and Dubois done a little more. But right now, nah, man, that's not he's too young. He ain't got enough experience. He might not get through Joe Joyce, man. Let's just be real. They talking about Wilder. He might not win his next fight, you know. So I don't take it too serious, man. But yeah, that was it, man. Good content, good show. Appreciate you.
Keem, you the champ, man. We going out to the UK.
Sing along if you know the words. Come on.
Yo, to this day, dropping facts on y'all. Listen, yeah. At the end of the day, Wilder is not a championess. Point of correction. Wilder is a contender. He was dropped by a body shot. So don't blame a promoter if he fancies his guy knocking Wilder out. Yeah, that's what he's supposed to do. I mean, I didn't see this same energy when years ago Frank was saying that Dubois would knock out AJ. You didn't have the same energy. So please, we know you're a Wilder fan, and that's great. But this is what a promoter is supposed to do. And your champion was dropped. He's a contender now, so he's meat and he's food for everyone. That's my call.
That
was a great
bunch
call.
of flaws with your call. For one, he's not a contender. See, you need to learn boxing instead of just learning AJ's G-string. He's not a contender. He's what's called a former world champion now. You know, when you've never won a title, then you can remain a contender, and they'll call you even a former title challenger. Okay, but there's different levels. Dubois is still a prospect. He's about to have his first fight to get to contender status. He's never faced even a former world champion. Kevin Johnson's never been anybody's world champ. You know what I mean? He's his mother's world champ, that's for sure, and just like me. But that's about it, you know?
Oh, that was a good one.
But let me get out to New Orleans.
So interesting that you come across like a nice guy, but you're really a piece of shit. Hey, that comment. Come on. No, that was a piece of fuck you. That was a piece of shit. You know, we're doing live TV. Man, I don't care. What you gonna do about it?
I'll kill this mother. Why do you have to talk like that?
Well, I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you. You have a problem? Turn off your station. I'm the best ever.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm just hopping on. So the topic is Deontay Wilder versus Dubois.
Yeah, Frank Warren talking about he would like to match up Daniel Dubois versus Deontay Wilder in the end of the year after Dubois gets through Joe Joyce.
Damn. So what's up with the rematch with Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder?
We have no clue. I can't make any sense of what he means by all of this. I think he's clout chasing.
Oh, okay, yeah. He probably just trying to put his name out there with Deontay Wilder to make it build his fighter name up. Well, we don't know, man. We gotta see how that third fight play out through Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. I know the gloves gonna be thoroughly checked this time, so if he beat Deontay Wilder, clearly he deserved it this time, man. So, I mean, that was the only controversy about this last fight. Yeah, he outboxed Deontay Wilder, but the glove looked as suspect.
Yeah, man, we'll see. We'll see, man. Hopefully the champ gets it back. We going to New Orleans.
You know how these bitches is in the sport. Total disrespect. Kid has no class, no style at all.
I'm a gorilla, I'm a dog. I'm a dog, I'm a gorilla.
The smartest thing you can do is to stay away from Derek.
You can't be the boogeyman if I'm chasing. You want to bet? You bet 100,000 on that.
Let's bet $1 million.
Easy. Let's bet $1 million.
Yo, good morning.
Morning.
How it sound?
You good?
Good.
Okay. I cloud chasing because it's too soon for you to be talking about a Dubois when you still got like a FA, you got a bum ass Dylan White. Shoot, I mean they might even be willing to chase that Louis Ortiz smoke. and Wilder still caught up into this Fury fight, and I think he's just using his name to just build it. And actually, Joe Joyce is a good enough opponent that Daniel Dubois, even though I got Dubois winning that fight, still got to get through. So I definitely think it's a form of cloud chasing. That's all y'all was talking about this morning.
That's it. Just
So
this,
yeah,
man. This is disrespectful in my opinion.
I would love to see Fa and Dubois. I got Fa knocking Dubois out though. That's my call.
I don't know about that, man. After FA went down versus Collides, that kind of changed things. You know what I mean? We got to see how FA bounces back, and does he show signs of that chin again? We going out to California.
Mr. Info Joe.
This portion of the show we call In the
Mr.
Know,
Info Joe.
presented by my brother.
Yo, top of the morning, champions.
What up, Joe?
Hey, what up, champs? Hey, man, this is clout chasing at its best, man. And unfortunately, Wilder is going to continue to be disrespected until he fights Fury, man. It's going to be all the haters and all the suckers going to be coming out of the woodworks until that rematch happens. But, Wilder, man, clipped that dude in 2 rounds, man. He a baby in this game right now. He better put some respect on Wilder's name, suckers. But that's all I got, champs. That's all I got. Peace, fellas.
Joe, man, thanks for calling in. We going out to Trey in the Bay. Good morning.
Trey
Good morning. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Coyote. That boy better chill the fuck out, man. Listen, put him in there. Put him in there. Stop selling all the wolf tickets and just put the young boy in there and see what happens. That's my first call.
That's how I used to feel about the whole Derek Chisora and Dillian White offers, man. But Wilder never took them. So even if I turn around and say put him in there, I don't think he gonna take those. He considers those what his words, not mine. Peasants, you know what I mean? When they offered him Derek Chisora and Dillian White fights, I don't know if that's changed for him though. Caesar, Vegas.
You. C's, you there? Listening?
Yo.
What up, champ? We hear you.
Hey, sorry guys, I actually just hopped on. What were we talking about?
Talking about Deontay Wilder, disrespect at all-time high, champ. Frank Warren goes out there and says that, if he gets past, if Dubois gets past Joe Joyce, that he would want him facing Wilder by the end of the year.
Dubois? I think Dubois has a long way to go. I think he still has a couple fights to go before he takes on a guy like Wilder, man. I think he's a young, strong. I think he's gonna make some noise in the division, honestly. But I mean, against Wilder, I mean, you don't want to do that to him right away. In my opinion, I think he's gonna be big one day. But just don't do that to the dude. I think it's too early. But hey, man, great show so far, man. TBV for life.
All right, Caesar, man. Thanks for calling in. Yeah, man. I don't know, man. I think it's too soon. Troy in Baltimore. What about you?
Yes, sir. I think it's not disrespect. It's business. It's been that way long before you, long before me. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just business. It's also how you build a young fighter's name up. Wilder will not take that fight because there's no upside to beating that youngster, and there's definitely no upside if he loses to that youngster. But it's not clout chasing. It's not disrespect. It's the business of boxing. It's always going to be that way. I don't see any disrespect whatsoever. I mean, Holyfield fought for his first cruiserweight title in his 12th fight, and he won in one hell of a fight. So I don't see the disrespect at all. It's just business. It is only business.
I mean, Holyfield, to compare Holyfield and Dubois is ridiculous. Holyfield went to the Olympics.
So
the pedigree's different. He can't. If you go to the Olympics and medal up, you come out of the Olympics highly touted and sought after by all promoters, television networks, media, you know, a la, you know, guys like Shakur, Floyd, Teofimo. Get out of here, bro. When you come out those Olympics, people want you. Even alternates, even Olympic alternates could be hot enough out here. Like, yo, to say that, you know, it's ridiculous. Your pay grade even goes up, bro. You know, guys that don't if you don't believe that, then, you know, something's off. But let's see, we got some boomerangs today. Looking like he jumped on with us. Let's go to Detroit.
Red belt, black belt, WO and green. I'm king. Undisputed GOAT, TBE. And you can catch the news first on TBV. Voice of the people, now let me speak. Scientists of the sweet, BOXING.
Yo, TBV was good.
That intro.
Yo, in my NO voice, how my audio sound?
Sound good.
Good, man. I've been at work since 3:30 this morning. I'm actually on my way home, so I just jumped on. Based on what I heard, sound like Daniel Dubois taking a page out of his old sparring partner Anthony Joshua's playbook and claim clout chasing Deontay. That's what you got to do, though, right? If you want to get your name out there, so you know I don't knock the kid for it. That's what you're supposed to do. But I would prefer that he did it over Frank Warren. But I get it. You know what I'm saying? That's it's good to see that they at least starting to discuss possible fights in the future. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause, I mean, just a couple weeks ago, we were still, you know, kind of out there and didn't know what was going on. So I'll take that. You know what I'm saying? That's all I got for now, though, man. I'm out here driving, bro. Y'all take it easy, man. Be safe.
Peace.
Cheers.
Trey in the Bay, boomerang.
Daniel Dubois, I am going to knock you out. What a soundbite. That's what a soundbite.
Yo, I actually deleted it, yo, because I felt like it was over for that.
Hey, man. Am I the only person that noticed Fujimoto had a motherfucking limp? That dude limped off. That dude limped off at the end of that interview, man. On some real shit, bro. That boy better worry about getting past Joe Joyce. That boy better worry about getting past Dillian White. But listen, line him up. If they really want to do it, line him up. Wilder need a nice little tune-up. Now, why you trying to do career suicide for Dubois? You know, I mean, damn, Frank Warren, you don't care about the boy? You trying to get him flatline? That's all I got, man.
Yeah, man, that's what happened, man. It's too soon, man. It's too soon. We gotta know when is the right time and when isn't the right time. We got J Mac on the boomerang. What up?
Listening?
J Mac.
I'm here. Y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You say FA got knocked down in that fight. Every time he hit that dude, he was hurt. The only mistake FA made was like looking at the referee like, "Are you gonna stop this shit?" And that allowed the dude to get back in the fight when he should have demolished him. So I mean, the knockdown was an inexperienced thing, which was crazy. I still think FA at 6. I think he like 6'6", 6'7". Proposed height advantages that Dubois got to accomplish, and maybe we may see this in the Joe Joyce fight. But I got him beating Joe Joyce, and I don't think Joe Joyce presents what FA has. So I still got FA knocking Dubois out.
All right, J Mac. Well, we got Oklahoma. Izzy, what up?
Hey, what up, fellas? Y'all didn't come to me earlier, did you?
Nah.
Okay, cool. I should have been on YouTube, but I was on Skype. I've got the kids here. Yeah, I'm kind of with Stainless, man. It's cool that we're hearing about stuff. Don't know that this is too realistic, but nonetheless. And Troy made some good points. it's nothing. I don't think Wilder would realistically look at this fight, but hey. Anyway, good show, and we'll holler at y'all later.
All
right, champ.
Well, let me see who else. Oh, yes, sir. We got Orlando. Majid, what it do? Good morning.
Majid, what it
do? Hey, what up? What up, man? Shit, just chilling. Everybody need to like the video and them week later people. And yeah, man, shit on this topic, I remember hearing about Dubois on those WBC ranks, and I remember Wilder talking about he got his eye on him. So I'm on some shit like, if these people want to act like that clout chase, I mean, shit, if y'all gonna try to pull a Mikey Garcia and dare to be great, let's step up and get beat the fuck up. We gonna just take the names, you know? So I mean, I want to give these UK people they little props and shit. So when shit happen, you know, win or lose, we got our little storyline behind it. So I'm for whatever they talking about. Y'all want to bring the bullshit, bring it. That's all I got.
Yeah, I mean, I wish it was that simple because I would have Wilder line all of them up. Line up Chisora, White, and Dubois, but I don't think he's gonna go that route. I don't think he's gonna look backwards, man. That's just how I feel. Looks like we got to everybody. Damn, short one today. I guess that's it, man. That's GTO.
Which means that we may come back later before tonight's 7 o'clock Film Study Tuesday. Patreon only. We'll be here.
Remember? Yo, did you guys see? Oh, my bad, Rick. Did you guys see?
Relax, Shinobi.
Did you guys see what I posted in the pre-pro with Kubrick Pula was saying?
Oh yeah, I saw it.
Yo,
I thought he was
so Majid just said, yo, line them up. You know what I thought of? Remember Paid in Full, Mekhi Phifer, when his son, when his nephew got killed, or his little brother, and he was like, if
"Yo, word is born, B."
Oh yeah.
Yo, word is born, B. They got my little mans, B. They got my little mans.
I'm gonna be on some real murder shit, B.
Anybody want it, B?
Anybody owe me money? Anybody? I'm telling you.
Frank Warren won put his little 13-0 prospects against me. Taking their heads off.
And that's the attitude Wilder need to have, though. For real. He need to be back on that bronze bomber mentality 24/7. Forget the transformation.
He need to be Vegeta in the motherfucking what is it? The gravity chamber. For all my Dragon Ball Z anime people, man. He need to be in there like Vegeta, like Goku right now. Talking about only thinking about beating the shit out of this guy and bringing the title back to the States. I know he gonna do it. He gonna do it.
Well, all right. That's it. That's GTO.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm done.
Go ahead, Mario. Go
at
ahead.
Maury Mugia on Twitter, at Maury Mugia on Instagram. Peace.
Go ahead, Doomy. Let it loose.
Yeah, look at Cash, man. It's like I want to go last.
Oh, that's how it go? I didn't know. I thought.
No, messing with you, man. Alex _Doomsday _LAINEZ on IG, and you already know Twitter. Alex Line is TBB. We will be back with the film study. I don't know what any voting going on for this film study.
Word.
Yeah. Let's do the results live. Hold on. So y'all can talk it up. Y'all can talk it up while I get to the results instead of dead.
Yeah, man.
We mentioned a couple of them too.
I'm about to post a new video on my Patreon I worked on over the weekend with some effects and shit. Promoting my 2 for 30 button on my website, patreon.com/boxing fan apparel. You can follow me, TBV _casual fan on YouTube as well as Twitter. Or you could go to my boutique and check out my stuff. You don't have to buy. You could just window shop.
Use a window shopper.
Boxing fan apparel. It is active and it is live.
You got the button on it now?
I got the button on it right now. I'm about to post a video on Patreon, pass it on the Nefs for those that don't want to go on my Patreon. But I'm going to put up a code on my Patreon for my patronage and my pledges.
Yo, so do TBV followers get a discount for going to the boxing?
I'm gonna work something out for that. Yeah, I'm gonna do a TBV discount. It's called 2 for 30.
Nah, you already part of TBV. How you gonna give a discount? Yeah, I'm fucking with you, champion.
It's called 2 for 30, man.
Got the 2 for 30.
But my pledge,
Here we go.
Patreon, that's like a tongue twister. Patreon pledges, definitely. I got a discount code. Even if you $3, you gonna get your $3 back. That's what I do.
That's what he do. That's what he do. That's what he said he do.
Get them timeless pieces.
So I believe we supposed to be checking the April 28th post, but I'm gonna double check that just to be on the safe side and make sure, because I believe the 21st post was the last one we did. So let's just check. It's looking like
We talking film study Tuesday.
Film study Tuesdays is what we talking about. So yeah,
Hope it's a good
we
one.
did Tarver. So on the 20th we have Tarver 1-1. That pick won. Right? Double checking.
Another
Never
talk.
too much, never too much, never. No. I'm going back. I'm backtracking. Oh, that's right. It was Pavatnikov that won on the 20th.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah. We on a
So then we did that. Then we did Tarver, and then we did Pavatnikov. So we on this one right here. Which one should we watch? Boom.
What date is that?
4th?
April 27th.
Oh, April 27th?
Yeah.
That's when he put the post out.
Yes. So this one is, wow, Porter Spence got 7 votes. It's probably going to be the one. We got Eubank from Frank's is the first vote. Eubank Ben 2. Intrigue in Atlanta voted on Porter versus Spence, and he got 7 votes on that. David Maldonado put Felix Trinidad Oscar, and he got 5 votes on that. Sonny Woods put Floyd versus Zab. He got 3 votes. Samuel Gilly put Floyd versus Castillo 1. We did that already. He not paying attention. Let's see if somebody replied to him. We already watched that. Thank you,
Yeah.
Sony. Laura versus Williams 2. Laura versus Williams, they got 2 votes. That's from Liz Lowe in Atlanta. Pac Thurman, we did that, and that's from Sam Gilly because he found out he already posted one that we already did. Now you found out again that we already did that one. Steve in Chicago, Inoue versus Donaire got 5 votes. Almost, Steve. Dempsey in Cali got Paul Williams versus Sergio Martinez 1. That got 3 votes. Teller versus Hopkins got 2 votes, and that was from Sway in New York. Earthquake said David Tua versus Ike Biabuche. That got 3. Bo and Bama. What up, Bo? Damn, where you been at, champ? He said Robert Easter versus Rances Bartholomew. He ain't getting no votes. Damn, but he got a reply. Let's see who replied. Joaquin from Florida said, bro, you disqualified for this with 3 emojis and laughing out loud, and they had 3 thumbs up on that. Damn, Bo. Scott, the Christian Fight fan, Ameng says Oscar versus Trinidad. He got 3 votes.
That's a good one.
We got Josue in Little Oregon says Jones versus Ruiz. 1 vote.
1 vote.
John Sebastian Augustus. I wonder if John Sebastian Augustus is the fighter, right? That fought
Jean.
Oh yeah.
Areola. He fought
That's
Areola in the he fought Areola in the Earl Spence undercard.
Yeah, that's how he spells his name too.
Yeah.
He doesn't spell it the way that I've seen Sebastian spell it most of the time. That's the way he spells it. I don't know.
We have he said Lennon versus Hagler, only 2 votes. Trey
Oh
said,
my God.
Whoa!
Trey Loma versus Gary Russell Jr. has 12 votes.
Yo, that's a great fight. Too. That's a great fight.
I want to see that. I
do
never
want
saw
to
that
see
fight.
that, yo. It's been so long, so that's a great one. I can't believe it got 12.
Yeah,
There
I'm
you
not
go.
gonna lie. I
Broke
wanted.
record.
Damn.
That's a new record.
Yo,
Doubled
that is
up,
a new
son.
record. That is a new record. That beat
That's the
Stonebone.
pay-per-view show
Stonebone.
that Manny Pacquiao.
Stonebone.
Mayweather.
Stonebone had the record.
DB. You saw what DBX say? You won this by unanimous decision.
Stonebone had the record last week with 9 votes. All right, well, we got Keem in Florida says Daniel Jacobs versus Triple G. George in Dallas-Fort Worth says Ruiz versus Parker only got 1 vote. And Keem, I'm sorry, going back to him, his only got 1 vote. Speaking of Daniel Jacobs, I made contact. Yo, I can't believe it. I thought he wasn't going to answer me, but he did. So we just working out a date. We got King Amin in Newark. He says Ward versus Dawson. I actually went back and watched that fight when I was fighting Gus because he's a southpaw, and Ward beat the shit out of Dawson. Yo, beautiful fight, but he didn't get no votes. Morocco Joe, what up, champ?
Damn, shout out to Morocco Joe.
Yo, and yeah, Morocco Joe, what up, man? He said Vasil, what? Vasily Jirov versus James Toney. That's old. Okay.
Yo, why do you keep going if the Lomo Gary Russell got
because everybody deserve a shout out in the same.
Yo, it's the people's voice.
And the same way we thought the other one was winning, we got surprised. Then we just get surprised someone won, like fall back. Champ. You in a rush? Peace.
I gotta use the bathroom, man.
Go take a dump.
Go pee-pee. Don't worry.
I'm playing. Go ahead.
Charlo versus Corba from Crucial. That only got 1 vote. We got Dennis in Tampa, Bradley Pavatnikov. I vote for this too, but we did that already. DBX UK got Bradley versus Manny. Settle the controversy. No votes. No votes for Dennis also. James Valdez, no votes on any of the 3 fights. Diego Chavez, that's too many. You're going to get to pick one. Diego Corrales versus Joel Casamayor.
This last one is hilarious.
And he got no votes. Ness versus Hayes, Border Wars Season 3.
That was from Stainless.
He got no votes for that. But yeah, man. So it looks like who won?
Loma versus
Trey.
All right, so look, we need our people to help us find a nice link, man, because that I'm spoiled with that HBO link last week, yo. That was nice.
Sweet. That was a great link.
I need quality link, man. So we got to see his Loma.
Yo, it's Cinco de Mayo too.
What, today? No, it ain't.
Yeah,
Oh, it is.
yeah.
Damn, no Canelo fight. Damn.
No sombrero, no mariachi. I'm about to turn on my corridos in my house.
Bro, that's why I wore my Canelo shirt.
Oh,
Damn,
shit.
That's wacky, yo.
No fight. Yo, this would have been a huge fight.
Nah, they probably got some playback. I'm surprised we ain't got a notice of something playing back tonight.
Yeah.
Well, that's because Canelo was supposed to fight on Saturday.
Yeah,
that's
Saturday
was supposed
that
to be
passed.
the date. Yeah, so no Cinco de Mayo big fight for us this year, man. Stupid COVID.
Yo.
That's it, yo. We out.
Yeah, it's just at 7. You feel 7 Eastern. Loma Gary Russell. We on the hunt for a good link
Yeah,
to show
man.
the
Help
fight.
us out.
Get
What's
your
up with
tequila
this?
ready.
Hey, Mario, you posted up some rap battles? What was that I just seen right now? Money Maymoon Gia fight announcement? Oh,
Yeah.
I forgot. Yeah, the contract signed. This is like so this is like you going out there.
That
and
was
just making it
listen,
official.
that was the moment that Ness said. He sent me the terms and then he let me know the fight was signed, sealed, delivered. So I posted that little. I just
Yeah, man. We gonna leak it.
that was my reaction. That
we
was
gon-
like my official reaction to the fight.
That's
being-
Israel, right?
Yo,
The
we
opponent
gonna
Israel.
leak the terms to the boxing voice.
No. I wasn't gonna give no terms.
Oh, you don't
Mario,
wanna-
that's
you don't wanna
against
leak
Israel.
You don't want to leak
Yeah,
no
yeah.
terms?
Oh man,
Oh,
that's
d-
a cherry
oh, yeah, we
pick,
can
man.
leak the
You
terms
cherry
if you
picking,
want.
man.
Oh,
Man, you cherry picking, man.
Yo, what you mean cherry picking?
That's Dubois right there. Who's
Oh!
this promoter, man?
Hey, yo, Izzy,
Remember a promoter, man, doing that, man, trying to get shot.
Hey,
we on the same team. Come on.
listen,
This
listen.
Kaz trying to make his fight with Izzy. This is Kaz.
Mario, I told you there was gonna be some of that. You know what I mean? I told you,
I
and
know.
I told Jay, but Jay believes in his young prospect. You know?
All right, man. I'll take out the young bull Canelo.
Yeah, man. I mean, listen, nobody else really stepping up to the plate though. You know what I mean? Nobody's putting the work out there and building their name. So we gotta take him. It's not our fault that he's coming early, bro. But look, we out, man. We out.
Intrigue still reading his writing rhymes for dummies books. Peace.
Yeah, man. He taking like 30 days to make a rhyme and shit.
Damn. Well,
Damn,
right.
cat. They said, all right.
What they saying there? What they saying?
They say that you writing while you paint.
Yo, I'm writing while I paint, and I write while I run. I got some lyrics, man. I'm gonna kill someone.
Ooh, and he doing it just for fun. We got Juan in the BX. What up?
Oh, my bad.
Yo, what up, people?
What
Yo, what's good? Y'all can hear me good?
Yeah.
Loud and clear, champ.
BX in the house, Pistol
So
Pete.
what was it? Who was it that said it could be whatchamacallit? Wilder, who said that?
Nah, Frank Warren saying he want to match up Dubois with Wilder in December.
What? He thinks Dubois could be Wilder?
Yeah.
What?
You sound like Stone Cold Steve Austin right now. What?
Do I think that Wilder could beat Dubois? Hell yeah. Do I think Dubois could beat Wilder? Hell no. That's all I got to say about that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, fellas.
All
right.
Yeah, my boy went Steve Austin on ya. What?
Nah, that's how I feel, bro. It's crazy.
Well, with that being said, we see y'all tonight.
Peace.
Before cash.
Yo, find a link. Hit us up if you find a link. Please hit that link. We need that link.
Yo, you gonna get some tequila or do me?
Yeah, man. I'm probably gonna have tacos here at the house.
Yo, we should have tequila and fight night.
Oh, you talking about for the Cinco de Mayo theme?
Yeah, might as well have some tacos.
Or some Coronas or something.
Bandana.
You know, I know. Ness got he got his sombrero and poncho somewhere in there in the crib.
I ain't got none of that stuff.
You got the Canelo headband. You know.
Yo, if there's anything else,
I have
good,
that.
I can come back too. So if y'all want to, I know we ended a little early. Y'all want to do like another little. I'm cool with that. Like Ness said
cool
too. Like if we do if we keep it tight, like right now, we did. We come back later.
Well, let's try that out. Let's try that out.
I'm gonna go for a run right now, then eat. So, just let me know. Peace.
Okay, I see y'all. Peace.
Cheers.